Talk to yourself for 3 days. This isn't about affirmations. This isn't about wishful thinking. This is war. This is about confronting the weakest parts of yourself, dominating your inner voice, and commanding your future with ruthless intensity. The way you talk to yourself determines the way you fight your battles, and for the next 3 days you're going to speak like a man who refuses to lose. Let's get something straight. Your voice is the most powerful weapon you have, not your fists, not your resume, not your social media, your voice. That voice inside your skull that no one else hears. The one that either lifts you or destroys you, the one that either calls you out or comforts your laziness. And for most people, that voice has been poisoned. It's soft, it's scared, it's weak. It whispers things like, I can't, I'm not ready, what if I fail? And worse, maybe I don't deserve it. That voice has become a traitor, and traitors don't get to lead. But for the next 3 days, you're going to reclaim control. You're going to replace hesitation with command. You're going to inject your voice with fire, rage, clarity, and purpose. And you're going to say things that rip the fear right out of your bones. You're not allowed to wait anymore. You're not allowed to negotiate with excuses. You're going to build a new operating system for your mind, brick by brick, command by command. And here's what you're going to say to yourself. Here are the 5 things you repeat, obsess over, and drill into your mind for the next 3 days. These are not suggestions. These are war declarations. 1. No one is coming. I am the rescue plan. Say it again, louder this time, not with your mouth, with your soul, because this is not just a phrase. This is the war cry of the man who finally stops running from himself. The moment you stop pretending the world owes you something. The moment you stop hoping that someone else will throw you a rope. The moment you wake up and realize the rope was always in your hands, you've been lied to, conditioned to believe that if you just stay positive, if you wait your turn, if you do your best, life will reward you. But that's not how it works. The world doesn't care how hard it's been for you, the pain you carry. It doesn't qualify you for victory. It only proves that you've survived, and survival is not the same as success. Survival is step 1. Building yourself into something dangerous, unshakable, and undeniable. That's step 2. But that second step, it only comes when you erase the fantasy that someone's coming to save you, because they're not. No one is going to rescue you from your depression. No one is going to sit down and rewrite your habits for you. No one is going to knock on your door and offer you purpose, passion, strength, or identity. No one is going to carry you to the top of your potential. If they could, they wouldn't. And if they would, it still wouldn't matter. Because if someone has the power to carry you up, they also have the power to drop you whenever they want. This world rewards the self-built. The ones who bleed in silence and don't post about it. The ones who train in the dark while others sleep. The ones who show up every day, whether they feel like it or not. The ones who don't just get back up. They rebuild stronger every time. And that's you right now. If you're willing to stop looking outward and finally start looking inward, not for motivation, not for comfort, but for the man within, the one who was born for war, not ease. You keep waiting for someone to understand you. Screw that. Understand yourself. You keep hoping someone will believe in you. Stop it. Believe in your ability to outwork everyone. You want encouragement. Go earn it. You want results. Get your ass up and fight for them. You want a new life. Then burn the old one to the ground with your bare hands and build something from the ashes. Something sharp, something disciplined, something you can look at in the mirror and finally respect. You can cry, but cry on your way to war. You can scream, but scream while lifting the weight of your own damn expectations. You can feel broken, but you better not stay there. Because no matter how shattered you are, the only thing more dangerous than pain is the man who refuses to be defined by it. You are the rescue plan, the answer, the solution, the fire and the fuel. Say it every single day until you don't just believe it. You become it, until your actions scream it, until your life reflects it in every detail, until there's not a single ounce of weakness left in your mind that still waits for a hero. No one is coming. You are the one you've been waiting for. Now move like it. 2. I am not my feelings. I am my standards. If you want to rise, if you want to walk through the fire and come out on the other side forged into something untouchable, then you must bury this poisonous idea that your feelings define who you are, because they don't. Your anger doesn't define you. Your sadness doesn't define you. Your fear, your doubt, your depression, your frustration. They are real, but they are not the compass of your life. Your standards are. Say it again. I am not my feelings, I am my standards. You don't rise by feeling good. You rise by choosing who you will be regardless of how you feel. The man who builds discipline does it when he doesn't want to. The man who creates impact shows up when every part of him says to stay in bed. The man who leads doesn't wait to feel powerful. He acts with power first. That's what separates the average from the elite. That's what builds kings from chaos. Feelings are weather. Standards are laws. A storm might rage in your mind. You might wake up some days with 1,000 reasons to quit. But your standards, they don't negotiate. They don't bend. They don't care if you're tired. They don't flinch when it hurts. Because your standards are the rules you've set for the man you refuse to betray. They are the lines you've drawn in blood. And if you live by them day after day through hell and back, then it won't matter how you feel. You'll build momentum so violent, so massive, that your emotions won't have time to slow you down. You'll walk into pain, not because you enjoy it, but because your standards demand it. You'll speak the truth, not because it's easy, but because you swore to never lie to yourself again. You'll train, build, grow, grind. Not because you feel like it, but because the man you're becoming leaves no room for weakness, softness, or surrender. And here's the reality no one wants to admit. Your life right now is a reflection of your standards, not your goals, not your dreams. Not your intentions, your standards. If your body's out of shape, if your relationships are crumbling, if your bank account is empty, it's because you tolerated it, you accepted it. You set your standards there, whether consciously or unconsciously. So raise them right now. Don't wait for perfect mindset. Don't wait for someone to give you permission. Set the new standard for what you expect from yourself, and then act like that standard is life or death, because it is. Not death of your body, but death of your potential, death of your greatness, death of the man you could have been if you had just decided to live above your feelings. Kill the lie that says, I don't feel like it. Bury the weakness that says, I'll start tomorrow. Burn the fantasy that says, I need to be in the right mood. You don't need mood, you need mission. Say it with fire, I am not my feelings. I am my standards. And my standards are ruthless. 3. My future depends on what I do right now. Say it out loud. Scream it into your own soul if you have to. My future depends on what I do right now. And not tomorrow, not next week, not when things calm down, not when life gets easier, right now. Because if you wait for life to be convenient, you'll die as a man who waited instead of one who built. This moment is not a throwaway, it's not disposable, it's not another forgettable hour you can scroll through. This moment is your battleground, the decisions you make right now, a focus or to drift, to grind, or to quit, to rise or to rot, are shaping a future that's either built on strength or buried in regret. You need to treat every hour like it's the most valuable currency you'll ever touch, because it is, and once it's gone, it never comes back. Not in a week, not in a lifetime. Every moment you waste is a moment you'll never reclaim, and every moment you dominate, that you own with intention, with purpose, with violence, is a brick laid in the empire you are building. Think about it. Where you're standing in life today is the product of decisions made in the past. Small choices, silent choices, the ones no one saw, the ones you made when no one was looking, and your future, it's being shaped right now in the exact same way. That means you don't get to act like this moment is ordinary. It's not. It's a test, and every second that passes is asking you one question. Do you want it badly enough? You want a different body, then move now. You want discipline, then hold the line now. You want freedom, then bleed for it now. You want respect, then earn it now. You want to silence your demons, then suffocate them with action now. Stop telling yourself you have time. You don't. Your dream has an expiration date, and the more you hesitate, the more you trade possibility for pain. The more you delay, the more you let your enemies win. The more you stall, the more you betray your future self. The one who could have stood tall, could have conquered, could have inspired the world. But Didn't because you were too comfortable being average in the present. So talk to yourself with fire. Look in the mirror and say, my future is bleeding for me to act, and I refuse to let it die on my watch. Now ask yourself the only question that matters. What am I doing with right now? For nothing can break me unless I let it. Say it like a warrior sharpening his blade before battle. Say it until it cuts through your fear. Nothing can break me unless I let it. Because that's the truth. The world can throw its worst at you. Betrayal, failure, isolation, heartbreak, disrespect. But none of it has power over you unless you hand it the keys. And too many men, they hand those keys over without a fight. They let pain define them. They let circumstances dictate their worth. They let weakness whisper lies until they believe them. But not you, not anymore. You weren't born soft. You weren't born to collapse. You were built with fire in your chest and blood forged for war. But the problem is you've been trained by this weak society to flinch, to seek comfort, to interpret every challenge as trauma, every difficulty as damage. They've sold you the lie that strength is toxic and fragility is noble. And if you buy into that for 1 second longer, you'll live and die as a slave to every emotion that moves through you. The truth is brutal, but it's also beautiful. Pain doesn't break you, it builds you. Pressure doesn't crush you, it reveals you. And the only thing that has the power to break you is your permission, not your environment, not your upbringing, not the people who left, not the ones who doubted you, only you. You're the gatekeeper. You're the one who decides if the storm gets in or stays out. And once you understand that, you become unbreakable. Start telling yourself that every day. I don't fold. I don't flinch. I don't bow to pressure. I use it. I don't absorb pain. I convert it. No one gets to write the story of my strength but me. You have to kill the victim inside you. Kill the man who complains. Kill the man who justifies his excuses. Kill the man who lets his emotions pull him around like a puppet. Because that man is not who you were born to be. That man is the shadow of your potential. And as long as he's alive, you will never taste greatness. So the next time life tries to knock you down, laugh. Next time someone tries to break your spirit, stand taller. The next time your mind tells you you're not enough, clench your fists and keep moving, because now you know the truth. Nothing can break you unless you let it, and from this moment forward, you never will. 5. I am not done until I am unrecognizable. Say it out loud. Burn it into your identity. Let it echo in the silence of your grind and the chaos of your war. I am not done. Until I am unrecognizable, that means the version of you standing here today, beaten, overlooked, underestimated. He's not the final form. That man isn't even close. You didn't come this far to remain familiar to your enemies. You didn't wake up with this fire just to be slightly better. You came to annihilate the old you. You should want to destroy every weakness until your own mother wouldn't recognize you. Until your reflection in the mirror doesn't resemble the insecure, indecisive, apologetic version you used to be. That's how real transformation looks. It's not pretty. It's not gentle. It's brutal, it's violent, it's the quiet execution of everything soft inside you. You've been playing too small for too long. You've been hanging on to old habits like they're sacred. You've been calling your comfort zone peace, when really it's your prison and the only way out is war. You need to develop such relentless tunnel vision that people start thinking you've lost your mind. Good. Let them, because you're not here to be liked. You're here to be legendary. Let the world mock you. Let them think you're overdoing it. Let them laugh at your silence while you stack victories. Because when you finally emerge, when the world sees what you've built in the shadows, they won't recognize you, the doubters, silenced, the X's, regretful, the lazy, intimidated, and you, unshakable, unstoppable, unrecognizable. This mindset means every day is war. You eat discipline for breakfast. You don't negotiate with your goals. You don't need applause. You don't need a mood. You don't need perfect circumstances. You just grind hard, loud, alone, until the version of you that once settled, once complained, once hesitated, is gone forever. So from this day forward, stop aiming for Improvement, aim for transformation. Stop trying to get better. Get different. Burn down the man you used to be and build a savage that no one, including you, even recognizes. This isn't self-talk. This is war. You've just spent 3 days talking to yourself like your life depends on it. Because it does. This wasn't therapy. This wasn't journaling. This wasn't about soft affirmations or pretty quotes to make you feel better. This was surgical demolition, ruthless rebuilding, brutal resurrection. You didn't whisper to yourself, you commanded, you declared, you shouted into your soul and ripped the weakness out by its roots, because here's the truth, if you don't control the narrative in your head, someone else will. The world will label you, your enemies will define you, your past will haunt you and your own self. Doubt will murder your potential in silence. That's why these 3 days weren't a suggestion, they were a declaration of war against every lie you've been living under. Day 1 wasn't just about motivation. It was the warning shot. Day 2, you hit the kill switch on your fears. Day 3, you became something else entirely, a weapon, a force, a ghost of your old self. Now, listen carefully. This does not stop after 3 days. This was the awakening. But now you build the discipline to keep the fire alive. You talk to yourself every day like your destiny depends on it. Because it does. When the world doubts you, you speak power. When your body quits, you shout war. When your soul feels empty, you remind it that you are the storm. From this point forward, you don't wait for support. You don't crave understanding. You don't need validation. You don't need peace to build greatness. You need pressure, pain, and your own relentless voice echoing in your head, telling you one thing again and again. I'm not done. I'm not soft. I'm not going back. I'm becoming something no one has ever seen before. So walk like it. Train like it. Talk to yourself like a man who's too far gone to ever return to average. And when they ask what changed, tell them this. I had a conversation with my future, and I refuse to let my past interrupt it again. This isn't over. This is the beginning of a new language, one only warriors speak.